as someone who founded the very first sanctuary for poor and homeless women at a time when women were not allowed to be in shelters, and someone who could really buck the status quo. She is the essence of what a social activist can be. And she did that here and developed an organization that I think has such great legs that it will last for many, many generations.
We don't ask the ugly questions that society asks of them. How did you get this way? When are you going to do something about it? When are you going to put yourself together? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? All we ask women who come in is, do they take their coffee regular? Do they need a bed? We have it. And would they like to take a shower?
I remember hearing about Kip in the 70s and 80s. She had a loud voice with a really strong message, and for those of us working for social justice, it resonated for us, and I thought what a wonderful role model to think about aspiring to. And then the opportunity came to work at Rosie's, and I remember thinking, Kip Tiernan started Rosies Place. What a great place to be.
I met Kip years ago, probably in the 80s, and when I met her, I came to Rosie's to eat, and they were giving out different things, and Kip was responsible for all of that.
She came in the day that the meeting started up again, and that's when I shook her hand. And the next thing I know, I'm asking her to be my sponsor. For that one whole year, that saved my life. Just talking with her, having friendship, praying, walking, talking, and just being there.
The first time I came to Rosie's Place with Kip was maybe within the first couple of months of meeting each other. And when we came in, I believe it was either a holiday or a Sunday dinner or something like that, I was in awe how revered the women were of Kip.
I remember she walked into Rosie's, and it was as if a movie star had come in. The women just gathered around her, and there was just a sense of this loving circle around Kip, and she responded to each woman individually and made them feel so special.
The women, she embraced them. They were like old buddies, old friends. They embraced each other. And I was just in awe of that kind of love.
I think of Kip as kind of the constant gardener of humanity. She's somebody who just always knows with every person she meets just how much water to add to bring the flower out in whoever she meets. And she was just an amazing person, and one I'm so proud to have known.
She was a real person that had strengths and weaknesses, who was fabulous and vulnerable. She was a human person, and recognizing her humanity is the same way that she, I think, taught us all to recognize the humanity of the women who come to Rosie's Place.
And one time we were on the number one, and the bus driver actually stopped the bus, came to the back of the bus, shook her hand, and thanked her, and said, "It's because of you that I ate as a child." And he walked back to the driver's seat, and the rest of the bus applauded her.
Those rare moments when I got to be with Kip alone for a few minutes back and forth from meetings were so precious to me, because her true essence as a human being, just being a regular human being, came out then. I mean, she lived the commitment to helping poor and homeless women and to doing that through advocacy for social justice 24 hours a day. I mean, that permeated everything she talked about and who she was.
Kip headed the choir, and she was very inspiring for the choir members.
Kip was the choir. Her love of music was so reflected in their Saturday rehearsals. she would come in with music that she had loved, and the women loved it because Kip loved it. And she introduced music to women who might not have had the opportunity to sing and be part of a musical community.
She and I became great friends over the summer when we had choir practice. She was really remarkable. She was a hero to me. She was a mentor. She was my darling friend, and I'm going to miss her. But she's going to remain in my heart forever.
I think she left a legacy of love and compassion and understanding, and she touched so many lives, and I remember thinking, what must that be like to know that you've touched so many lives in so many positive ways, and it just keeps on giving.
My life will never, never be the same, ever. But, you know, she's given me a lot to work with. Maybe that's the legacy. You know, she really has touched so many people with that magical energy, that magical spirit.
The legacy of Kip is doing the work, so we all are the legacy of Kip because we all wake up every day and we try to make, by sunset, the world a little better for women who don't have a whole lot.
When I think of what it was 35 years ago, with a budget of $1,200 and what we are now, we've come a long way, baby.